Motorsport, we all know we are the best. When Sylvia and I started, we were usually the only women competing. It was not an advantage, it was a disadvantage. We were kind of infringing on a man's sport, which was not always popular with all. But why? The only difference was the physical strength. We still had brains and ability. It has become less and less a man's sport as women are finding their voices everywhere. I would ask, what is a woman? But I will think not. Last page. Sadly, we were not given any opportunities of factory or other sponsorship or support. Even in the Datsun days, we had been leading rallies, placed second or third in many events, and impressing with our speed. As in the rally in the 70s, when we actually beat Jack Simonin in our trusty Datsun 1600 SSS, but because we used Larry Reed's table, there was a 1 minute difference, which had us in second place. We had shown ability, endurance, and talent. We had proven ourselves as private entrants. What more could they want, we asked ourselves. But we never let this stop us. We carried on with grit and determination with the sport that we loved. Ladies, don't ever stop if you are good at motorsport. Yay. Today, things are very different. The tide has changed. You don't have to be a proven talent as a woman, but showing interest in the sport seems to be a good reason for getting support and then wait for the talent to show itself. And being young is also a good thing, as I'm told regularly. And as so many women are excelling at and have the ability to organize and manage various critical jobs that are essential on a very high and large level. Here in Kenya, I saw for myself, when attending as a spectator at the Women's Lioness Rally in 2021, the great enthusiasm displayed. Several women that I had never heard of competed in cars that were on loan to them. I was dying to have a go, but didn't dare to say. I believe WIM, Women in Motorsport, and the Lioness Group could be a good central focus to generate what is needed. Before I go, I would like to thank Sylvia King, who has inspired so many women in motorsport in Kenya, and who I did so many rallies with in the 70s and 80s. She's truly amazing and stands out in all things motorsport, as most people know. She deserves credit for all our achievements on our two KNR championship wins in 84 and 85, which is the record that stands today. We have many firsts together in Kenya, as well as Tanzania, Uganda, and Zambia, where we won numerous coups de dame and class awards. Sylvia was always on the ball, showing courage and determination when it mattered, as well as being a great navigator, and kept me going. But my advice to you ladies, if you truly think you have the talent for driving or navigating, don't let anything stop you. It's a great sport, and your talent and ability is roaring near the surface. Go for it with all you've got, and you will get support from the powers that be, inshallah. Thank you.
A very big round of applause for Antef. She won 2 rallies in 1984. 2 rallies together with Sylvia King. She truly is a living legend of the sport. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I normally have a day job, and Carl Tundo, I think, where's he? Jeremiah Wahome always likes running away from me. It's at the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. And I'd like to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on KBC Channel 1. So the legends are being celebrated today. And I would also like to tell you, Anne, you mentioned Mike Doughty. I will tell you tonight at 9:30 p.m., Fayaz Qureshi will be having a one-on-one with Mike Doughty. It's live on KBC Channel 1 at 9:30 p.m. Do not miss that one too after you leave this place. Now, next, I'd like to invite the person who's representing the male legends. Finished second behind the late Sheikh Ahmed and Mike Doughty in 1982. A true Nissan man, that's what I would call him. And I think in some of the broadcasts that Mambo did, he really gave Mickey Biastion a run for his money. I think it must have been 88 or 89 or 90, and he finished second. Well, ladies and gentlemen, mzee wetu kutoka Mombasa, kutoka Pwani, Mike Kirkland.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have no speech prepared because I only realized 10 minutes ago that I have to talk here. But I am wearing a jacket presented to me by Eric Cecil, the founder of this rally. And he said, on any occasion of the Safari Rally, please wear this jacket. And here it is, in memory of the guy who gave us the best fun of our life. Really, he deserves a lot of thanks because he started something that we all enjoyed. And I remember when I was doing the Safari Rally, everything was just in between. We were waiting for the next rally so we could go and have another go. I did 19 safari rallies, and it was the best fun of my life. I enjoyed every one of them, even when we didn't finish. We had the best fun of our life, and that's what it's all about. I'd just like to tell you one funny story that happened to me with Chris Bates. We came round the corner at about 3 o'clock in the morning near Baringo. There was a river that was about 3/4 of a kilometer wide, and it was flowing like anything. And one of the Roberts brothers came and he tied a rope on our car. There was Joginder's car, which he had already blown it up by getting water in the engine. And he said, switch all your electrics off, switch your lights off, switch your engine off. I said, what's going to happen? He says, my brother over there on the other side of the river is going to pull you through. I said, what? And as that, the jerk started and we head into water. The water was up to our waist inside the car. And then halfway across, the rope broke. And the car started getting washed down the river. And the water was up to here inside the car. So I said, I am getting out of the car and I sit on the roof, because I thought the car's going to tip over. And anyway, Chris Bates said, where the hell are you going? He's sitting there with his notes up like this, above the water. I said, I'm going to sit on the roof. He said, you're really a wuss. Get back in the car. Anyway, I didn't. Then another Roberts brother came with the rope. Bear in mind, it was pitch dark. We had no lights, nothing. And he slipped. And he disappeared down the river in the pitch dark into the crocodile-infested Lake Baringo. And I thought, wow, that was pretty bad. I hope he's going to live. But anyway, there's so many Roberts brothers living up at Baringo. Another one came with the rope. He fingered the rope on, and this time we were pulled. And we started to go through the river, and we got through the river. And then I took the spark plugs out and we pulled the car for a bit, got all the water out, and then it was running, and I said, thank you very much. We set off, and the first corner I came to, I trod on the brakes. 200 liters of water came from the boot into the front of the car, poof, all over us. I nearly had a crash there. But that was just one of the crazy things that used to happen in the safari. And you know that the overseas competitors loved this rally beyond belief. I am very lucky to have a lot of friends, and Juha Kankkonen came and had his 60th birthday at my house in Mombasa, together with a whole lot of his drunken friends, which was great fun. And he's arriving here on Tuesday, by the way, in case anybody sees him, because he loves Kenya. And so does Rauno, so does Michelle, so does so many of the others. This rally had a huge impact, not just on Kenyans, also on the overseas people. They loved it. I had the best fun of my life, and so did many of them, because it was so different. And I was very lucky to have 5 podiums out of my 19 starts, and I can't thank all the organizers enough for that. I've had the most wonderful career. I have made friends from all over the world. I have friends in Australia, New Zealand, Finland, Sweden, wherever, from this rally, and they loved every minute of it. Now, I don't have a long speech, but I would like that we propose a toast to absent friends. Let's talk about Eric Cecil for a start. Let's talk about Shekhar Mehta, Joginder Singh, Bert Shankland, and please, all these wonderful people who, let's raise a glass to them. Okay, to absent friends, who are many of them, and unfortunately, they're not with us. Cheers. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, I didn't know I had to make a speech, so I haven't got much else to say. Asante sana.
Well, a big round of applause to Mike Ackland. Now, one person who did not send Mike Ackland to the Robertson brothers is seated amongst us here. Surinder Thati, where are you? Surinder Thati navigated Mike Ackland. Thank you, you didn't send him to a place that is crocodile infested. Now, before we get to the next phase of the program, we shall be giving you something about this celebration. And this is from last night, when His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, did speak about 70 years of the safari. We have got a video, there are 2 screens here. So let us get to watch what the President had to say about the 70th anniversary of the WRC Safari Rally.
So that we can touch every possible life and livelihood. Today is formally designated as the official unveiling of the platinum anniversary of the Safari Rally, Kenya's iconic contribution to the world's Rally Championship Series, and the occasion for the activation of the Sports and Creative Economy Master Plan. These 2 important occasions are very dear to our plan. A third critical function which we are undertaking today is the formal launch of the ongoing effort to implement the government's commitment to the critical sectors of sports and creative economy. We believe that we were elected on the basis of a compelling platform of our bottom-up economic transformation agenda, which consists of promises, pledges, and commitments made across sectors, all of them of our economy, with a view to increasing incomes as the foundation of national prosperity. We are therefore particularly mindful of our obligation to make sure that we make all possible efforts to redeem our pledges, keep our promises, and implement our commitments. Over 70 thrilling years, the Safari Rally has contributed a singular spectacle to global motorsport. Conducted over rugged terrain, set against dramatic sequence of picturesque landscape, the rally takes drivers through extremely challenging courses abounding with variety of flora and fauna in our country. As a result, the Safari Rally is among the favorites in the WRC 13 series, watched by millions of devoted spectators globally and adored by generations. It has also introduced dozens of talented Kenyans and Kenyan drivers.
That is the president speaking yesterday. We had a great fun out there at State House in Nairobi. And by the way, Carl Tundo gave the president a ride in a rally car, but it was at normal traffic speed. It was service park speed. It was presidential speed. So Carl Tundo had that honor to do that. And you had the president mention about the picturesque, everything rugged and what these legends have done. People like, Antith and Mike Ackland who spoke. Well, we've got about 5 minutes of video that we would like to play out for you so that we can celebrate all those people who've made the Safari Rally what it is. At times you'll hear some call it on commentary, the infamous rally. It's not infamous. They wouldn't be coming here if it was infamous. They really want to come here because they want to conquer it. So we've put out a 5-minute video, and this is from 1953, looking all the way up to 2002, when Kenya was originally in the WRC calendar. Let's play out that. The Safari Rally was first held in 1953 as the East African Coronation Safari in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanganyika to celebrate the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. The first crew to win the rally were Alan Dix and Johnny Larson in a Volkswagen Beetle. In 1954 and 1955, DP Marwaha and Vic Preston Sr. won the rally in a VW Beetle and a Ford Zephyr respectively. The twist to the tale is that Marwaha was on the seat in 1954 and Vic Preston Sr. was the man on the driver's seat in 1955. In 1960, it was renamed the East African Safari Rally. The first winner of the event under this name was Bill Fritschke and Jack Ellis in a Mercedes-Benz 219. The Unsinkable 7 was a nickname given to 7 drivers and co-drivers who managed to survive the finish of a notoriously difficult East African Safari Rally that began and ended in Kenya. And that was in the unusually difficult rallies of 1963 and 1968.
In East African Safari, you can never tell exactly what's going to happen in the next minute.
The winners of the events in both years were Nick Nowicki, navigated by Paddy Cliff. In between, the legendary Joginder Simbachu won his first event in 1965 and followed this with wins in 1974 and 1976 to earn the moniker Simba wa Kenya. The dominance of the East Africans was broken by Finland's Hannu Mikkola in 1972. But normal services resumed when Shekhar Mehta won the 1973 rally with longtime co-driver Mike Doughty. They would go on to win 4 consecutive rallies between 1979 and 1982 in a Datsun 160J and the Nissan PA10. This was the first time that anybody had won the Safari Rally 5 times. After 1982, Mike Doughty became the general manager of the Safari Rally. Over this period, lady drivers like Antith, Sylvia King, and Orie Rogomanduli all made entries into the rally. And we cannot forget the indefatigable husband and wife team of Prem and Paul Ruchoda, who were a crowd favorite. The 80s produced new rallying aces in Kenya: Mike Ackland, Patrick Njiru, David Anunda, John Gojiri, George Muhinde, Azar Anwar, and Ian Duncan. The 1994 Safari Rally had two standout moments. Ian Duncan won the event in a Toyota Celica Turbo 4-wheel drive dubbed the Flying Sausage. Duncan is the last Kenyan to win outright a WRC event. And there was a maiden win in a WRC event when Patrick Njiru, navigated by Abdul Sidi, won the Group N class in a Subaru Impreza. That was the first time an indigenous Kenyan had won a group or class in the WRC Safari Rally. Two Korean car makers also earned their reputation courtesy of two Kenyan legends. Azza Anwar homologated a Daewoo that finished the 1997 Safari Rally in 13th place and took second place in the 2-liter class and won Group N2. He did not see his Daewoo for a year as it was exhibited around the world. In 1999, Phineas Kimathi, driving a Hyundai Coupe, finished 18th in the WRC overall but won two classes, the 2-liter and A7 classes. The icing on the cake was that this is the first time that Hyundai had won a class in a WRC event. Today, they are forced to reckon with in the World Rally Championship. And there are two ladies we will mention as we close, Michelle Van Tongeren and Safina Khan. They are best known for having made an emergency stop when rallying as a young boy attempted to cross a road and the stage was live. That photo made its way all around the world. And that team have won the Coup de Dame 3 times out of the 3 times they entered the Safari Rally. Our rally legends, we celebrate you for entertaining us over the years and placing Kenya in the global map. Well, I know there's quite a number of people I've mentioned here. Abdul Sidi is one interesting man. When Phineas won the 2-liter in 1999, and when Patrick won the Group N in 1994, the person reading the notes was Abdul Sidi. He's right there. That's a man who is really celebrated. And by the way, if 20 years ago you used to read The Nation and you see a column that had the name Twin Cam, that's him. Cartoonist Mado blew his cover. So that's when we got to know that his name was Abdul Sidi, masquerading as a twin cam shaft. Was it Tapo, by the way? Before I ask Leonard Mambo Botella to ask, two people who've been given a very huge task of delivering the WRC Safari Rally by His Excellency the President, let me move to the VIP table. And there's a raffle that has been done. And quickly, we would like to see the tickets. All right. I'll start with Waziri. Waziri.
Yeah, I've been asked to try next time.
Okay, so better luck next time. Chairman of the LOC. Better luck next time. Time Bada, time control 7. All right. CEO.
Lucky winner.
The CEO is the lucky winner. So he will be getting a prize today. Our legend, Mrs. Choda.
Good evening to everybody. Nice to see you all.
And she is also a lucky winner. So, thank you. And the lucky CEO and the lucky winners. Let's present. Waziri will present them.
Huyo ni Abdul Sidi ambaye alikuwa ni dereva mashuhuri sana wakati huo. Aliendesha gari wakati mmoja na dereva wa Kenya Patrick Njiru. Hapo anatuzwa, anapongezwa kwa ushujaa wake wa kuendesha magari. Abdul Sidi. Jina hili ni mashuhuri sana na bado yangaliko katika mashindano haya ya Safari Rally. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali. Let's clap for Abdul Sidi.
One more prize to be given. Well, there's a whole lot of lucky winners here. Let me have another gift hamper, please. Yes, give it. And okay, we've got another lucky winner here, and Waziri is going to give his brother a gift. Professor Tom Nomomba. So, let me move round now. I still have got 2 to go.
So it says try next time.
Okay, finally, one more.
Yes.
Better luck next time.
So, they have all had the raffle, and remember, if you've got your raffle tickets, you want more? Hey, I will be coming to you so that we can continue with the program. So I was just doing the VIP table. I'll be coming over to you as we do that raffle ticket. So I can see there's so many lucky winners will be coming to you. But first, Bwana Leonard Mambo Mbotela, tuendelee na program, ndio mwalike kinara wa mashindano ya.
Asante sana, asante wahome ndani. Natumaini kwamba bado mnajienjoy chakula sawa sawa, vinywaji sawa sawa, hakuna shida yoyote. Tumewakaribisha kabisa hapa Safari Park ili tuwakumbuke wale madereva wa kongwe, madereva wa zamani ambao walitia fura katika mchezo huu wa Safari Rally hapa Kenya, na bado Safari Rally inaendelea. Sasa ni wakati wa kumkaribisha Bwana Phineas Kimathi ambaye ni CEO wa WRC na pia vile vile ni mwenyekiti wa Safari Rally Kenya. Karibu sana Bwana Kimathi. Huyu amesukuma mbele kabisa bila kuchoka mchezo huu wa Safari Rally hapa Kenya. Tumpigie makofi tena tafadhali. Asante sana Bwana Kimathi. Nashukuru. Karibu sana. Asante. Karibu sana.
My Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Youth Affairs, the Arts and Sports, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, drivers present right from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the 2000 and up to 2002. The young drivers who drove after 2002, today is a special day. We're here to celebrate the memories of yesteryears when the Safari Rally was indeed an event that stood out in the world as one of the greatest rallies. I'll ask the BAT to please slow down so that we can run the event. Now, before I proceed, let me request the directors of the Kenya Motorsports Federation present here today just to stand and wave. Thank you. In the hierarchy of motorsports in the world, the body that is granted the right to run motorsports in Kenya is the Kenya Motorsports Federation, and we have 15 clubs that form the federation, and I am grateful to them because since 2016, these directors decided that I take the helm as the chairman and the president of motorsports in Kenya. I am sure they did not make a mistake because after 19 years, we were able to bring back the Safari Rally. The announcement was made on the 27th of September 2019. Let's appreciate Kenya Motorsports Federation. Just like Ann Taith, I have prepared a very long speech. But because I'm not able to read and talk, you know, ladies are good at multitasking, I will just recite what I can remember. But before I go there, I want to ask one great man who came before me in the rallying circle and scene and inspired many of us in a great way to come up to the stage and say a few words. One and only, Mr. Patrick Njiro, 1994 Group N champion, and the greatest of all of his color.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Bwana waziri wetu wa michezo, madereva wote ambao wale mashujaa wako hapa. Leo hii ninayo furaha kubwa sana nikijua Safari Rally vile ilivyonijenga na ikajenga nchi hii. I have rallied with Paolo, Prem and Paolo Chonda. I have rallied with Mike Kirkland, who is here. I have rallied with Frank Tundo, who is here. I have rallied with Richard Jomba, who is here. I have rallied with Manoj Shah, who is now the new chairman of NTSA. So you better start behaving. Now, I am tonight also acknowledging Aslam Khan, who was one of the top co-drivers, won the Himalayan Rally and the Safari Rally with the great Giant Shah. Tonight also, we have Yvonne Mehta with us, whose husband won the Safari by the highest number of the greats. We have a lot of good people, the people who rallied with us. And Phineas has just made me a surprise because I could not be able to get a whole list. But I want to thank you, Bwana Waziri, for the great thing that you have done to this country, to come and recognize and remember all these drivers who are here tonight. This is a wonderful, wonderful, positive thing. And for our own country, I want to tell you, there's nothing better that you can do to advertise this country like in Japan. Every time I go, Jiro-san, Safari Rally doshita no? They ask me in Japanese, what happened to Safari Rally? Because we used to have flights, full containers coming in for the Safari Rally. And I am sure with the support that we have from the government currently, and all the great effort that has been put, it's a team effort. There's a lot of work which goes into it. And this is going to make our country such a great country. And I want, please, for whatever reason, forgive me if I didn't mention your name. I have the old generation of people like Dave Masharia. They are inside here. These are the people who pioneered in the early 80s. I have all of those good people, but because I was caught off guard by Phineas, he's a very good friend of mine, but he caught me off guard because I wasn't prepared. I was told to move from the seat where I was staying to come and sit where the chairman of the organizing committee is honored. Thanks very much, Carl. And for Frank, who is here with us tonight, Frank, remember you gave me your pace notes when I didn't know how to make the pace notes, you and Quinton Thompson. And it's in that line, I really want to say, Asante sana, let's all give support for Kenya. Let's be that phase. And lastly, but not least, please, I want you to give one big round of applause for one chairman of the Safari Rally who is here with us, Mr. Nicholas Nganga. He read the Safari Rally in the great times of the Marlboro sponsorship, and he put it in until the time of the 5-5 sponsorship. So please, with those few words, I'm very grateful, Your Honorable Minister, for giving me this opportunity and all the organizing team, and I wish you the best of luck. And if any one of you needs me, I'm just a phone call. As Carl has got my latest number, so anybody who wants me, I'll be there. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening and enjoy yourself. Tonight is our night. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There's one reason as to why we don't put everything on the program. Otherwise it becomes boring because we know exactly what's going to happen.
Sorry, Chairman. Sorry. This is the problem of having time that you have to know and to remember to mention everybody. Because the other great guy we had is David Dumbo. David Dumbo, please just wave. David Dumbo, please stand. They wave for you because you are one of the pioneers of the Rio rallying, and we were all together. So please, thank you. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you very much. I have one surprise guest who is going to join us online from Finland, and I will ask Maya, who is also from Finland, who takes care of our Safari Rally office in Lahti in Finland, to prepare for that. But at this point, I want to invite two ladies on stage so that they can say hello. And my wife is here, Jane. I'm going to ask for permission to pose with these two ladies, Paolo Choda and Yvonne Meta, please. Now, as Paolo Choda comes on stage, I used to remember that she was driving with her husband, and because I grew up on a route where rally cars used to pass in the early 70s, I was truly inspired by that couple, and I kept on asking my mother why she was not driving. Ladies navigated their husbands, and I want them to share in just a short statement what their experience was.
Thank you. Good evening, and thank you very much for inviting me tonight. It's been a lovely evening so far. The best years of my life were obviously navigating Shaker. And it was always good fun. There's not many people you could spend weeks on the road with, but your husband is... Well, when we broke down, we always had something to do, so that was nice. And he always managed to find fun in every incident. I can't repeat some of them. I think the lawyers would probably have me, but... I once in Argentina rally, when we were really high altitude, and I thought we were going very slowly, so I said, "Sheikh, have you got the handbrake on?" I ducked as he went. But anyway, no, it was some lovely years, and I miss him, and he would have loved to have been here this evening, I'm sure. Thank you.
Let's appreciate Yvonne Meta.
Good evening. God bless all present here. God bless all present, and may all going in the safari, God bless them and keep all drivers, spectators safe and sound. Thank you very much for having me here this evening. It's a very auspicious occasion. And once again, thank you to the organizers. They have done a great job. Put your hands together and give them a big clap for all that they have done for Kenya. Kenya Zoo! God bless all the drivers taking part in the safari this rally. Keep them safe and sound, O God, and give them strength to come all the time into our blessed country and rally with us. Now, a little bit of selfishness. My husband holds the record to be the only driver who drove for 30 years in the safari rally non-stop. Last 20 years, he thought that his wife, the stupid old girl, can go with him, and he completed 10 safaris with him. I also congratulate all the women drivers who went in the rally. Talking of old days, we had a lady by the name of Jerry Davis. She even went on the track, and there was never a woman like her. On the track, she was very good. And the safari rally, very good. And she was one of the women who completed the safari when there were only cars known as the Magnificent Seven, and she was one of them. Jerry Davis, Rob Collins' mother. Then, after that, there was Ann Tight, a wonderful driver. She wanted to overtake Prem one day, and she went on his heels, and finally Prem had to give up and say, "Madam, take over." I don't want to take your time and mention everybody, but ladies, it is not a joke to go in the safari. You have to be a little bit skilled, and you have to give in to many things. God bless everyone present today, and may you always enjoy the safari as you all have always done. Thank you very much, and thanks for acknowledging me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
That was
Well done,
very
well
nice
done.
of you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's appreciate the ladies again. Paula had requested me to mention our age. but I'm shy because she's older than my mom. She's actually 91 years old. As we get ready for our next guest, who is in Finland, Maya, are we on cue? Are we on cue? Tech people? Faith? Not yet. Okay. As we prepare for our special guests in Finland, let me put my remarks together, if you allow me. Waziri, we're here today to remember our glorious years as a country, right from 1953 to 2023. The theme of today's event is very clear. It is celebrating 70 years of Safari Rally in Kenya. And to do this, we have done a couple of things. And one of those things is there's a Daily Nation on your table. If the ministry team, please, could give us attention. We have the Daily Nation on top of your table. If you could just open the center piece and find a center spread that has been prepared specifically for this event. It captures the memories of yesteryears. It highlights those who are able to enter the rally. It highlights those who are able to finish. It captures this information from 1953 to the year 2002. The reason being, the Safari became a World Rally Championship event in 1973 and went on to remain the toughest rally in the World Rally Championship Series until 2002. So I'm sure a time will come when we will also be celebrating great people, the likes of Carl Tundo, who between 2003 and 2022 were able to win the Safari Rally 5 times. Let's just appreciate Carl Tundo for achieving that feat. The past of the rally is not just about rally cars zooming around. The rally inspired a lot of young people, and I'm just one of those. So instead of reading my official speech, which I will put in my book to be published soon, I want to share very briefly how I got into motorsports. And when Rono Altonen is on cue, let me know. In 1973, I was a very young boy in the village, and I remember this one car that had its spare wheel on top or on the roof. I later learned that it was driven by one Sandro Munari. And that car fascinated me because all these other cars were carrying their spare wheels either under the car or inside the boot. And I made up my mind that time that I will one day become a rally driver. I thank God I was able to achieve that dream when I entered the Safari Rally in 1993. That was 30 years later. So the message here is that we're inspiring a lot of young people. And before I conclude my remarks, I am hoping that the tech people will have connected our guest in Finland. I want to acknowledge the 3 young stars who we launched in 2021. If they could just come in front and just take a photo, I'm sure the minister will be talking about their story. But I am so inspired by this story because after very many years of our very local boys not being able to excel in the rally, these 3 young men, in a span of 3 years, were able to win 1-2 in our first Kenya National Rally Championship in Machakos Rally this year. They could just come on stage. Waziri, this is my speech about the future of rallying in Kenya. Let me thank the government of Kenya, the Kenya Kwanza administration, for making sure that this project and the project of making sure that we have WRC in Kenya is guaranteed, and that happened yesterday at State House. Let's appreciate our head of state. If they could just pass here and just say their names as they pass this way, we'll appreciate it.
Hi everybody, my name is Jeremiah Wahome. That was the only instruction, so those are my names.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Hamza Ranwar. I'm 24 years old, and I'm currently representing Kenya on the Junior World Rally Championship stage.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Makreki Mathi. I did Hamza's program last year, so yeah.
Thank you. I will have to summarize my remarks because I am told the guests in Finland, they're trying to connect, and if they're able to connect, we will go live with one of the greatest flying Finns, Rauno Aaltonen. Let's appreciate him. He's in Finland. As I conclude, Waziri, I'm sure this will be in your speech, but we have great names, of course, like Ambassador Orie Rogo Manduri, the late. We do appreciate her for her exploits in the safari. We have Mary Ondieki, Sylvia Omindo. These are the first women African rally drivers. We'll be appreciating all the legends present today, and that's why we are airing the program. At this point, I will ask one great man, Leonard Mambo Mbotera, to come and introduce the next person to introduce the next speaker.
My role is very simple. It's to welcome Mr. Kimathi to come over and welcome our able sports minister, Mr. Ababu Namamba. Mr. Ababu Namamba, karibu sana. Lakini nitamwachia bwana chairman mwenyewe akukaribishe.
Asante sana. Let's be upstanding and welcome our guest of honor tonight, Honorable Ababu Namwamba. Let's appreciate him as he comes on stage. Thank you, Waziri. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Let's be seated, please. It is said that history reminds us of who we are, where we are, and why we are who we are, and where we are. And for you to know who you are, and where you are, and why you are who you are, and where you are, you must look back at history. And for us really to have a real feel of 70 incredible years of rallying, we have to walk down memory lane and remember the great names, the great personalities, the great moments that have defined this incredible journey, 70 years. Good people, 70 years is a special cut-off age in every generation, in every culture. For those of us who are biblical, we know the significance of 70. And so to stand here amidst this impressive constellation of the who is who that have defined those 70 years truly is a humbling moment. It's such an honor. It's such a privilege. About a month ago, in the midst of a conversation on the preparations for the 2023 WRC Safari Rally, I told the CEO of the rally, who is also a legend in his own right, Phineas Kimathi, and the chairman of the organizing committee, another legend in his own right, Carl Tundo. I told these two gentlemen, how can we celebrate 70 years platinum anniversary without celebrating those who have defined these 70 years? And I told them, I don't want to be part of any 70th anniversary celebration if it does not include honor, homage, recognition of the great men and women that have written the history of those 70 years. And good people, that is why we are gathered here tonight. It is unacceptable. It borders on the criminal that all these years you have never had an occasion such as this. Imagine what we have lost all that time. Just the feeling inside this room, the camaraderie, the spirit. I mean, this is what heritage is made of. This is what heritage is. And so from the outset, I want to pay homage. I want to recognize all of you who have written this history with your passion, with your sweat, with your sacrifice that has defined the 70 years of the Safari Rally. It is you that we celebrate tonight. It is you that define the heritage that is the Safari Rally. No doubt, the Safari Rally is the most grueling, is the most passionate, is the swankiest and the craziest of the WRC series, no doubt, absolutely no doubt. I'm a country boy. I grew up in the villages of Kenya. And as a little boy growing up in the village, we looked forward to that period in the midst of the long rains in the month of April, when it was rainy and muddy and sticky. We looked forward to the spectacle that was the safari rally. And you know, at that time, there was no live TV. So we followed the rally on radio and newspaper pullouts. And one particular year, because the routing would change year to year, one particular year, the routing happened to come somewhere close to my neighborhood. And so we trekked for several miles to go to witness this spectacle of the rally. I can tell you, I saw no car. I only saw plumes of dust and the razzmatazz and the excitement. But I went home so pleased with my little self. I felt I had been part of the rally experience. That was the safari rally. You just wanted to be part of the experience, part of the passion and the excitement. And the images of cars being stuck in the mud, of drivers on a flooded road vacating their car and taking refuge on the rooftops of their cars, of rally drivers sitting by the roadside sobbing because the car has refused to go any further. I mean, those are the experiences that have defined this incredible history of the safari rally. And tonight we just wanted to get together to take a walk down memory lane and experience that incredible heritage of the safari rally. So good people, this is not even a day to make speeches. My people prepared a long, windy speech, and as you can see, I'm not making reference to it. I'm just talking straight from the heart, because this is an evening to just share experiences. And each one of us here has a special, peculiar experience from those 70 years. I want to applaud the great people that define this history, going all the way to Eric Cecil, who was crazy enough to imagine this rally and make it happen. Let us give it up to his memory, the memory of Eric Cecil, the founder of this great rally. And after him, generation after generation of a constellation that is truly global, from flying fins to the Simba Sikh. We have, what can I say? Good people. I have a list here, which I had prepared, of 134 legends. 134 legends. Now, if I took you through these lists, I'm going to sound rather boring, so I'll not take the risk to go through this list. But I'll just say, first, to the memory of those great men and women that rode, drove in this rally, navigated in this rally, and are no longer with us. I want us to stand up and observe a minute of silence in their memory. Thank you very much. You may be seated. And we are remembering the memory of Shakameta, whose great partner and one-time navigator, Yvonne, is in the house. Yvonne, we appreciate you. Thank you for making time to join us here. We are remembering Paul Choda, whose widow Prem is here with us. We appreciate you, Prem, and honor the memory of Paul. We are remembering the memory of Joginda Singh, whose family we appreciate and honor. We are remembering the memory of the irrepressible, incredible Orie Rogo Manduli. I mean, there was only one Orie Rogo Manduli. And Orie is represented here by her two daughters, who have, one of them has flown all the way from Canada to join us for this event. And you great ladies, I'm going to invite you upstage in a moment for you to say a word in honor of your mother and her contribution, especially in a year when government has deliberately made effort to invest in lady rally drivers. And so I'll not take the risk of attempting to go through this list because I ran the risk of not completing the list. But I have listened to some of the speeches given here, speeches by greats like Anne Taith, speeches by the great Mike Kirkland. Mike, you're such a storyteller. And you know, Mike came here as a legend, wearing a legendary jacket presented to him by the great Eric Cecil himself. How legendary can it get? It can't get better than that. So Mike, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mike, for walking us down memory lane in such incredible fashion. So good people, I'm just here to tell you that at a personal level, as your cabinet secretary responsible for this space, responsible for sports, I honor this heritage. I value this heritage. And I have given instructions to the leadership of the rally that these will now be an annual ceremony every single year. Whether I'm in office or not, because I serve at the pleasure of the appointing authority. Whether I'm in office or not, we must make this gathering of the legends an annual build-up, an annual precursor to the WRC Safari Rally. Do you endorse that proposal? As many as are of that opinion say aye. And as many as are opposed to that opinion say nay. The ayes have it. The Greeks taught us that vox populi, vox Dei. The voice of the people is the voice of God. So Phineas, Carl, you have heard the voice of the people. Before every single rally, we must gather as we have gathered today to remember our history, to walk down memory lane and celebrate the heritage that is the Safari Rally. I bring you special felicitations from your president, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. He flagged off this 70th anniversary journey yesterday at State House. The first time in these 70 years that rally cars have driven into State House. And he has declared his singular personal commitment and support for the rally. Please receive the greetings of your president. I want to assure you that the government of Kenya will continue to support the Safari Rally. This year we have invested about 1.5 billion Kenya shillings to support the WRC Safari Rally. And we'll continue to do more. As we do this, I want to appreciate the partners, the corporate partners that have come forth to be part of this great story. I want to applaud the Kenya Commercial Bank that has been a dedicated partner. And even during the days of the wilderness, the hardest years when Kenya was out of the WRC circuit, the Kenya Commercial Bank sustained the culture of rallying in Kenya. Let us give it up to the Kenya Commercial Bank. I want to appreciate our national carrier, the pride of Africa, Kenya Airways, that has remained a dedicated partner. I want to appreciate Sifao Motors, formerly Toyota Kenya, for their support and commitment to this rally. I want to appreciate Safaricom that is supporting our youngsters team. And I want in a very special way to appreciate our national broadcaster, the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. That is our broadcast partner for this year. But really, you cannot speak 70 years of rallying if you do not mention KBC VOK. Because it is voices like the voice of Leonard Mambo Mbotela, voices of people like Pauline Shegu here who brought the rally to us. Let's give it up to the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, KBC. Finally, let me conclude by appreciating the investment we are making in our youngsters to continue this proud heritage, to continue this proud tradition. We have to keep the conveyor belt rolling. The pipeline of talent has to keep flowing. And I want to appreciate the incredible investment in our youngsters that have been here this evening, McCrae, Jeremy, and Hamza. Let's give it up to our youngsters. And I want to ask that we expand this program, we invest in this program, we encourage more youngsters to get into this program so that the conveyor belt of talent can continue to grow. And that is why, great people, for me as your minister, the most incredible outcome of this 70th anniversary celebration is the launch last evening by His Excellency the President of the first ever rallying school that is going to be run by the Kenya Academy of Sports. And we have placed 3 cars at the disposal of the Kenya Academy of Sports. And the chairman of the local organizing committee, the legend Carl Tundo, has accepted to make sure that the Kenya Rallying School takes off, and he's going to be the champion of the Kenya Rallying School. Of course, Carl had the honor last evening to drive the president in a rally car, the first president to get into a rally car. And Carl, you did well. You drove at a presidential pace. You drove at a presidential pace, in a presidential manner, in a presidential environment. Let us give it up to Carl Tundo. So Carl, working with the rest of your team, please make sure that the dream of His Excellency the President to have a rallying school, to make sure that we have more and more young Kenyans getting into this, comes true and becomes real. I also want to applaud the great women that have defined this journey. And I'm very happy that this year we have a considerable all-women crew. And of that women crew, or women teams, government is sponsoring 3 full all-girl crews. Pauline, together with the rest of the all-girl crews, please come up here because we want to appreciate you. Pauline, together with your navigators, please come up here. It is so important. This is an important matter for us as a government because we believe that rallying is also an opportunity for demonstrating equality, for demonstrating inclusivity, and the continued participation of women drivers sends the message that this is not a stag dance, it's not a men-only club. What a man can do, a woman can do just a little bit better. Yes. So I am so proud on behalf of the government of the Republic of Kenya to present this all-women crew that is going to be racing in the WRC Safari Rally with the sponsorship of women. Asanteni sana, we are so proud of you. And because I don't mind getting a bit of the stardust onto me, allow me to join them for a photo to have a bit of the stardust on me. Asanteni sana, we appreciate you. And as you can see, from the complexion, the cocktail of complexions in this room, rallying truly knows no boundaries of color, knows boundaries of race, knows boundaries of tribe. Rallying just brings people together. Look at how we look. We look like a beautiful mosaic. We look like a beautiful cocktail. And this is what rallying does. So asanteni sana. And Patrick Njiru. Patrick, I want to appreciate you in such a special way. Because you, Patrick, every time I call you, you vanish. Yesterday, I called you in the presence of my boss, you vanished. You did a Houdini on me. Now it looks like you've done another Houdini on me. But I want to appreciate this boy. And he has defied age. He has refused that age will not touch him. At the ripe age of 70, Patrick, who is also Patrick must tell us what he eats and what he does when we are not looking. That keeps him this ageless. Patrick, we want to appreciate you. You demystified rallying. I was a big fan as a little boy. And for those of you who have followed the history of this rally, Patrick really holds a special place. And I want us to give it up to Patrick. Patrick, we appreciate you. And thank you, Patrick, for flagging off the president yesterday as he rode the rally car for the first time. Asante sana. Asante sana, Patrick. Thank you very much. Let me acknowledge the media. As I have told you, in the days gone by, we followed the rally without the spectacle of live broadcasts that we enjoy today. And we do appreciate live broadcasts today. Rally is big time. I'm informed that last year, the safari had the highest number of eyeballs of all the 13 series of the WRC. And I can tell you there is something about the safari rally that is just, there's something about it you cannot put in words. I was at the Monte Carlo rally early this year. I was in Monte Carlo at the beginning of the WRC series. And I can tell you, I had occasion to address a gathering, a big gathering in Monte Carlo. I can tell you, I can whisper to you, it doesn't feel like this. It's not exactly like what is in this room. I can tell you for free. There's something very special about the safari rally. And so the safari rally is very special. I want to ask us to appreciate in a special way the writers who kept on bringing us the stories in the days gone by. The photojournalists that would bring us incredible photos, and the radio broadcasters that would keep us glued to our radios to follow the progress of the rally. And none comes bigger, greater, swankier than Leonard Mambo Mbotela of the J. Hu Nyongwana Fem. Leonard, we appreciate you. We honor you. I am so privileged to be in your presence. I want to appreciate you and your generation that kept the heritage of this rally alive. You have been a little bit under the weather lately, and to support you and to stand with you, we are donating 1 million Kenya shillings to help you, because we want you to keep going strong. You are a part of this great story. Let us give it up to Leonard Mambo Mbotela. Thank you, great people, and God bless you. Let us have an incredible 2023 WRC Safari Rally. Jameni, kuanzia leo tujitayarishe kwenda Vasha for an incredible experience. To all our international friends, welcome to Kenya, the land of Hakuna Matata, and all of us, twendeni Vasha jameni, tukule sherehe. Thank you very much.
So we will request our Cabinet Secretary to remain on the stage at the moment. Cabinet Secretary, kindly request that you remain on the stage so that you can give the awards to the first 10 of the legends who are coming here. Faith Wathome will be taking us through the roll of honor that we have got for tonight. And just before that, remember, just an announcement for all of you. You know, if you'd like to have a quick check of your blood pressure, your sugar levels and all that, the Aga Khan Hospital are out there, so you can have a quick medical check that is coming there. Faith Wathome, come and take over the program for the roll of honor.
Musiwe na haraka ya kuondoka. Kuna band mashuhuri sana hapa, The Mushroom watawatumbuiza mpaka ile saa ambapo mnachoka. Kwa hivyo msiondoke haraka. Leo ni Jumamosi, by the way. Kesho hakuna kazi. Leo ni Jumamosi mosi na ni weekend. Kwa hivyo msiwe na haraka. The Mushroom band watawatumbuiza hapa mpaka ile saa ambayo unataka kuondoka. Tunakushukuru sana na bila shaka mmefurahia, na wale ambao bado hawajapata chakula au vinywaji, chakula ni kingi sana. You just see me and then uweze kuwasaidia. Lakini kabla ya kuondoka pia naomba tafadhali tumpigie makofi ya kilo waziri wetu wa michezo, waziri ambaye atapeleka wizara hii ya michezo mbali sana. Makofi tena. Asante sana. Thank you.
Honorable Ababu Namwamba, the CS for the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Sports and the Arts, the Chairman of Kenyan Motorsports Federation.
Live event coming to you from Safari Park Hotel. Now, this is part of the celebrations to commemorate 70 years of Safari Rally in Kenya. The ministry this evening hosted the Safari Rally legends to a dinner to appreciate them for their contribution to the Safari Rally project over the years in Kenya. Now, the dinner was presided over by the Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Arts and Sports, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, flanked by several high-profile government and private sector partners. Right, so time for us now. Good evening and welcome to the Legends Edition on KBC Channel 1. I am Fayaz Qureshi. On our Living Legends segment tonight, we speak to an absolute legend, Mike Doughty, who won the Safari Rally 4 times in a row, navigating the late Shekhar Mehta. Our sign language interpreter for tonight's edition is Lenser Odingo. Now we'll start off with tonight's top story. Azimio and Kenya Kwanza legislators have both maintained their hard stance over the fate of the Finance Bill 2023, setting the stage for a showdown at the Parliament next week. The Azimio wing, led by the ODM leader Raila Amolo Odinga, has maintained that the bill should be done afresh to address the challenges facing Kenyans. Kenya Kwanza legislators have, however, insisted that the bill has to pass to give Treasury Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u ample time to present